I hate the fact that like white supremacists are trying to co-opt they, because they is like a black terminology.
Yes.
Like them people over there, they did this, they did that. Your little friend,
that's what they always do.
I hate that, like when people try to like co-opt our language and we have to like fight for it back, right? But the conspiracy theory is that Kamala Harris is working, and the they that is silent is Jewish people, to control the weather, to get people to force red states so they cannot vote.
Crazy.
However, we have emergency voting procedures called mail-in ballots.
Oh.
Right, that people are able to
rain, sleet, snow, shine, or hail, the post will be delivered
to vote in their jurisdictions, no matter where they are. And there are emergency protocols that each state has for natural disasters to collect people's ballots so that you can still get your vote in. Once again, these conspiracy theories make absolutely no sense.
They're baseless. And it's wild is because they said she like left Georgia and she was at the University of Alabama home game, or she was tweeting. And then it said like hours after she tweeted this, she did a rally with JD Vance and he praised her at the rally. So again, it's like, you know the type of, they said the Charlotte Observer, who is the newspaper in Charlotte, wrote a op-ed basically calling Trump out, saying like, this is not a political football. Like, you should not be politicizing this. Like, people are dying, people need help. Like, why are you doing this? But Trump is gonna do whatever he needs to do to win. He don't care about y'all.
No, I mean,
one of the things that they did was sit there and say, if you took this money from FEMA, that FEMA was going to seize your property and then charge you for it later. FEMA has kind of changed some of the ways in which they work. So what they also did with their lies is get people not to reach out to FEMA. And so people kind of missed out on getting help. And then they had all of these outside folks coming in who were disorganized, who were actually stopping and preventing the government from going out and delivering supplies and helping people, because they were kind of like in the way and didn't know what they were doing. And some of the people themselves had to be like supported and rescued later. And so again, when you create and what's happening is there are hundreds who are dead. There are still hundreds who are missing. People literally, we do not know how many people who have died because places still have water. Hurricane Milton is about to hit in the next few hours, and we don't know how bad that is going to be. And there are still people who have no money to flee, who have no cars to drive. Like one of my friends said, it took him 12 hours to leave Florida.
Wow.
So think about it. You're driving, the most people like an 8-hour drive. Because of traffic, it's going to take longer. That means more money for gas, more money for tolls, right? You still have to pay your tolls as you're going from state to state. All these things are happening. And then here you go, was Trump over here lying. He's killing his own voters. Let's be very clear. He is the cause of killing his own voters. And then he wants to get mad and be like, oh, say my numbers are low because of this hurricane. It's like, no, those numbers were low because you lied and you got your people killed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like here these politicians are sitting comfortably in their offices, turning this life-changing, devastating event into like a political game for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like people are being like legitimately impacted every day and still impacted to this day. And they're on TV talking about, oh, they control the weather, Kamala, or they're only giving $750. It's like, but we sit here and watch them give billions to Israel to bomb brown people in Palestine. But a hurricane hits and now it's this political game.
Right. And also billions to the Ukraine, right?
Yeah, facts.
And again, and whenever this comes and it's like more billions are needed to be spent, it's always that thing whenever we ask for reparations, it's like, we don't have
we ain't got the money.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you can find the money for the things that you want to have. And unfortunately, saving people's lives like regular
it's not
Americans,
a priority.
right? And I think this is the thing. Like, I think that as people go to vote, right, this is a question like, do you want? And it's wild that there's people that want a Donald Trump. They want somebody in office that would actually prevent certain people from getting resources and funds and help other people get those resources and funds, instead of being somebody that's going to just say, well, we're going to help all Americans. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that meanness that Miracle talked about, that I hate you so bad that I want to deny you rights. I want to deny you privileges. I want to deny you access. I want to deny you a voice so I can have mine. And it's like, why can't we all have a voice? Why can't we all have these things? Like, there's enough to go around, but you know, Trump is operating on fear, and he's not operating on, you know, kindness and love and all those other things.
I think what's very interesting about this is I don't know another period in American history outside of Jim Crow where there's been a tiered citizenship ranking system so evidently put forth for the people to view. Like, if you seriously don't come from a very specific economic or ethnocentric background, then you are denied so many rights, and you're being denied so many rights, accesses, and privileges, and things that are actually prescribed to you as an American citizen. And you know, this denying of FEMA funds, this denying of education, of healthcare for women, specifically impacting Black and brown women. At this turn, this election, there's so many things on the table that really make your decision pretty easy, you know what I mean, as a voter, because you're really voting to either keep your rights or lose virtually all of them.